Alright, hello guys, welcome back. And today we are doing a building episode. We have some logs to get us started in our inventory. We can always get more. Let's clear out all this grass. Just to start us off with, very quick process, and this is going to be a long video just because I haven't found that sweet spot yet between showing you guys what I'm doing and what just enough of that to give you a general gist of it. So I still prefer showing pretty much everything I do in just like a compressed form. Sorry about that. Well, there's going to be lots of music in this video, so hopefully you guys enjoy that. And I'll also try talking about my process. So, for instance, we are going to experiment with the different blocks. And what I mean is I brought over some blocks to check out, like the hell bark log and dead log and fire log. So we're going to get our shovel and our axe because we will be doing a bit of terraforming, and obviously we need our axe to cut down the wood. You know, because we're building a house. We're building a wooden house. And, yeah. I mean, how else would we correct our mistakes if not with the axe? Alright, inventory is now cleared, and we can finally get started with checking out the hell bark. The hell bark planks. That's a tongue twister for me. I don't know why, but I do like it. Next up is, I believe, the dead planks. So we will test those out. So, other than the dead planks, we also have the fire here and elder logs here, as well as some nether tree, which I really like. We do not actually look at all of them, but we do look at the dead planks here, which I think would make a lovely floor, don't you? And I also like the fact that its shade is pretty close to the exterior of our previous space. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of elderwood. It's the wrong shade of brown. That's all I'll say. It's the wrong shade of brown. But I have officially decided which logs to use. Hellbark, fire, and dead. But before that, we need to clear out the area. Terraforming. Yay! So, let's turn on some music, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, let's pick up this dirt and get started on the rest. Moving on, we are done with the terraforming. Time to get started with actually placing some of these down. Obviously starting with the floor and then working our way up with the walls. Actually, I think in reality you would start with the walls. Like, obviously you build the frame, the foundations, and then you build the walls. But I don't do that kind of building. The kind of building I do is find out how much space I'm going to use, and then just randomly put it together. Alright, I do like the fire logs. There they are. Alright, time for the floor. See you guys after the time lapse. And again, I will get better at this over time. I promise I'll work on it. But for now, time lapse. Okay, and with that, we are done. And unfortunately, not much to talk about process-wise just yet. I'll do that while we're doing the interior, sort of. We are going to do a bit of a entrance. We're going to close off the entrance a little. Not completely, just a little. I don't know why, I just felt like it was the right call. Anyone else get that feeling sometimes? Like, you're doing a build and you do something that may not make a bunch of sense, but you feel like it's the right call. Well, anyway, we're going to get started on the roof / second floor. And then we'll do the interior a bit more. Yeah, that sounds about right. We'll do more talking about the process and what I was thinking later. For now, A, you didn't see anything. B, more music because time lapse. Yep. I'll see you guys in a bit. Oh boy, puberty hit you like a freight train. Or whatever the correct term in here is. Let's get rid of these pimples, pal. Okay. Anyway, with the pimples popped, almost all of them, we can get started on the downstairs stairway. Between the up and down. So, about here should do. I kind of picked this spot at random, but I will say I'm happy with it. Purely because it's right next to, well, the entrance. So it actually worked out pretty well, popping the downstairs pimples as well, obviously. That is very important. Next comes putting in the stairs. And this won't work. My original thought process for that was, oh yeah, you actually have to put the stair blocks on top. And I thought it would reach just fine. It technically would, but then you'd have to jump over the final block, which kind of defeats the purpose of putting in actual stairs. Next, I decided I wanted a basement, and it's just something I kind of do in all of my builds, is I put in basements. And, yeah. What? This is not going to be a murder basement, I promise. If anything, that will be our Evil Craft Wizard Tower basement. Okay? There will be a difference. And don't worry about that. We just need that for, well, obviously, some stairs. Because I hate wasting blocks. If I am a Minecraft hoarder. I hoard things in Minecraft, in case you haven't noticed. So wasting blocks on stairs sucks. And yeah, I may have lost my temper with my guest here. Luckily, they can't call the police. Alright. Next, the time lapse, and I will talk over it so that I can tell you guys about my thought process. Okay, so first we got started with the basement entrance. Not gonna actually build the basement this episode, but I wanted to get this to look right. So there was obviously trying to match up the walls to the stairs, but that did cause a few problems. Like, okay, well, now what? Do I have a too wide door? No, that doesn't look right. I know, I'll just fill in this side. Problem solved. And yes, okay, problem was solved. And it's just a matter of, okay, how do I want this to look? Maybe like this. And then dirt staircase for now. That'll do. Next, time to kind of get the kitchen and living room areas picked out. Obviously, a few misplaced blocks. Then the walls. And for this part, I was just trying to fill in the house with various walls. Trying to make a few rooms for the downstairs. And it was still looking pretty empty, so I put in another one. Thinking, okay, yeah, this should do it. And I do think that I made the right call here. And then I just went with this, which I really could have just done in the first place, I suppose. But next came the entrance for, well, the actual house. How did I want to do it? Because it looked a little weird the way I had it before. And it was at this point I started to realize this just wasn't going to work. Because I tried a few different things, and it just wasn't working. It didn't look as nice as I thought it would. And it just kind of looked ugly at this point. It didn't look right at all. So, I mean, I did try a few different things. And yeah, it just wasn't working. So, had to tear it out. Next, I just finished the wall all over there and tried to get this to look nice. Next, it was time for the upstairs. And I decided to go straight for the windows. And that, I do have a reason for that. The view up here is too good. And I just love big windows. I was originally thinking, oh hey, maybe I can have 2 rooms separated and then have a window just down a random hallway in between them. But I changed my mind, deciding that would look weird. But I did put in 2 rooms, each one having 2 giant windows. The only problem was that I unfortunately did not realize at the time, but I made a mistake. And, oh man, you'll see it later. For now, it's just a matter of getting the room put in. That's all. You know, we built the walls, put them all up, got it nice looking, and then it was time for the rest. Now, we could have just left this as it was, but for some reason, I chose no. I just decided to put this in and wound up making another room. For some reason. I don't know why. But I did do it, so we have 3 rooms at the top. One will be my room, and the other 2 can be guest rooms. And then I did that for some reason. Okay, look. Yes, I'm trying to give you guys my general thought process for what was happening, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to finish the editing just because of how much footage there actually was. And therefore, my memory, I will admit, is a little fuzzy, but I can still remember quite well. For instance, I did the stairs there because I thought it would look very nice. And then some more windows because, well, we had no windows in the last base, and I just thought, hey, what makes a good home? Windows. Though I have this problem where if the windows don't match up well enough, I just see them as being off. Like, it's fine if there are like distinctive things you can do, and I've seen people get it to work, but for some reason I just couldn't get it to work. And yeah. By the way, if you think you've noticed what I did wrong, hopefully you did, because now comes the fun part of just tearing everything out and being like, okay, this is wrong, no. Okay, I'll make the walls thicker. Actually, screw that, let's tear it all down. Yeah, oh god, it should have been such a simple fix, but it wasn't. Why was this so difficult? I will say this, I made a big mistake here. Okay, the mistake itself wasn't huge. The window came out 2 blocks before the window actually got put in. So all I really had to do was make the windows 4x4 and have 2 blocks in between them on each side. But unfortunately, I just got frustrated and tore out all the windows and the wall just to be like, oh, that's what I did wrong. Because I was tired of altering the windows, and I just went, okay, I'm just going to tear this out and figure out what the problem is from there. That should be easier, and then I'll put the windows back in. It did fix the problem, but I do feel like there could have been much easier. There could have been a much easier solution. We did fix it. We now have our rooms properly symmetrical, which is a big problem with me in building in Minecraft. I apparently very much like symmetrical builds, which isn't a problem. Who doesn't like a little symmetry? Or how do you pronounce that? Whatever. Next, dark area. No real reason. And I just thought, okay, we need to even that out. This is my room, you can tell by the bed. And now, let's put in some more windows. Okay, I'm just kidding. I struggled here, and I probably didn't need to show this bit, because those windows, guess what? They aren't actually going to stay. I really just struggled here, because I wanted windows, a lot of windows, for the up and downstairs. Either via size or number. Just having a lot of natural light coming through into the house, because I thought that would be nice. And don't get me wrong, it is. However, I struggled a lot with deciding where the windows should go, what windows should be put in, that kind of thing. And I am aware that there is like some new glass types that can be used that might have made better looking windows. Unfortunately, I didn't think of that. And instead, I struggled trying to get these to work the way I wanted them to. And no matter what I did, I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't decide what it was I actually wanted. I kept going, just, no, not that. Not that. Finally, after a while, it was time for the roof. And obviously, we're using hellbark because that's the thing I decided to use for the roof. Both for the up and downstairs. Maybe there's a carpet I can use or something. There was plenty of accidents with the roof itself. Plenty of frustrating moments. And then plenty of just roofing. It doesn't get much simpler than that. It's nice, it's simple, hard to mess up. But I will admit, I did make a few mistakes. And by that, I mean, I believe I showed a little bit of it. And it is, the roof is extended out by one, and then brought out by one. It just doesn't look right. So, we'll tear that out in a moment. And when that is all done, we'll put in some stair blocks. Of course, hellbark stairs. Though, looking back, I'm actually curious if the same kind of roof I did for our starter base would actually look better here. The hellbark works for the inside, but maybe a white roof would work for the outside. What do you think? Should I change the roof for a white one? I actually wouldn't mind doing that at all. Just watching the footage back, like, maybe I should have done something else with this. Yes. And mistake number 2 is actually putting the stairs down, because I instantly tore those out. Hence the first mistake I made. And then I put the stairs in properly. On both sides, by the way. Tore out and put back the way it's meant to. Now the roof is done. House complete. Are you proud of me? Because we're not actually done. But for now, this is what our house looks like. Sure, it's not the best, but it'll have to do for now. Maybe I'll do some work on it off camera. You guys let me know if that will be okay with you. I'm kidding. You guys aren't responding to my request. I'll do this probably off camera or something. I'll decide later. But for now, we are going to work on the kitchen. And I could have sped up this part too, I suppose. But I really wanted to just, slow down here. Take a look at the different things that we can do. Like the skillet, I want one of those. And yeah, we're going to make one of those. And we're also going to make a stove. Which means we actually need to get some bricks from our villagers. So, yeah, get some bricks. Definitely don't turn them all into blocks by accident. Totally no. Okay, fine. I just didn't buy enough. Okay, I actually wanted to. I even make 2 campfires here. I make sticks for some reason, even though there are sticks in here. Yeah. Look, I'm not the smartest person in the world. Some things go over my head. Anyway, 2 campfires. Which means we can make 1 stove, because we only have enough bricks for 1 stove. Okay. Yeah. But anyway, I got to put that down at least. And test it out. That's pretty cool. Apparently it burns you if you don't have fire protection. Luckily, I have my heat-resistant cup thingy. God, I love that thing. So yeah, we have our food, and don't mind this. I swear I'm not racist. I swear. Look, they are on my property. This is self-defense. Okay, now to turn down the volume because, oh god, that is way too loud. Okay, there are the bricks we can make. Totally not accidentally make too many again and have to buy more for... Because I didn't actually make too many last time, but yeah, whatever. Now our food is done, and we can place our second one down. Place down our steaks too. Alright, there we go. And our skillet. Yeah, I couldn't put this down until... Yeah, it doesn't tell you that until after you put it down. Thank you very much, mod. And yeah, okay, we have a cooked fish. At least it's not just decorative. Next, time to decide what kind of shelves and cupboards I wanted. I wanted to use these because they just look like cupboards. They look like what you would expect them to look like. And I really liked that, although I wanted to figure out how to make the 4-sided ones. Both to store more variety of items, but also because I think it just looks a little nicer. So you have the little 4-panel thing. Ignore the burning flesh, please. And then I decided to put some hellbark logs and strip them, because I thought it would look kind of cool if it looked sort of like there was a fire that happened there. I don't know why I insisted on using it for that part as well. And then there was a bit of back and forth, I'll admit. Okay, yes, there was plenty of back and forth with the cupboards, trying to decide what pattern actually looked best. And, well, I don't know, what do you think? I think the kitchen actually looks pretty nice. Next, some lanterns. Figure that out. And then changing the spice rack for whatever reason. It doesn't really matter. I just chose to change it. And, yes. Jars. Technically speaking, I'm using the right recipe here. But for whatever reason, it did not work. I have no clue why. But that recipe just did not work at all. But this one did. So we were able to make some jars to put on the spice cupboard, even if apparently these ones are only good for putting boats inside of. I mean, don't get me wrong, we can still put a boat in a jar on the spice rack. But, whatever. Kitchen is done. Next, I wanted to do the outside. And by the outside, I mean I wanted to change up what our front porch thing looked like. And by that, we do this. And boom! We're done! Sort of. Okay, I know. I'm dragging this out. I'm so sorry. Okay? I'm sorry. I know this is getting dragged out. I did try and cook some other stuff in the skillet, but that didn't work. So, some fish. We can cook it entire stacks at a time from what I can tell. That's pretty nice. Okay, I'll say it. This is why I don't like doing building episodes. I can see sort of what I did wrong here. You probably only need like 2 scenes of me actually putting up the wall and then me going, okay, wall's done. Maybe I should try getting the... Okay, I will say here, we were just looking at the various doors. I figured you guys might like to see this. Give me your opinion. Personally, I liked this one the best. I don't know. It just looked nice to me. I liked it the best. That's all there is to it. And then I tore out this wall to make this room bigger. I don't know. Maybe it'll be the dining room. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Dining room. Next, I turned this into a room. Some more windows. I promise we're almost done. I swear. We're almost done, and then we'll go find the end portal. We'll put in these last windows, and we'll take a quick look around the outside. And maybe do a little more with the windows. I know, I have a problem. A lot of this is just stuff that I could do in a tour. I'm sorry. Yeah, I feel so bad for drawing this video out so much. I do like the house. I think the inside's coming along nice. The outside could still use some work, some details. The back is completely plain and empty. Sides, maybe some more windows. I don't know exactly. The kitchen, I think the kitchen actually turned out like the best. But then again, we have yet to design anything else in the house. So who knows, maybe the bedrooms will be the best, or maybe the basement will be the best. And yeah, we'll do the basement later, I promise. Maybe in a video, maybe I'll just clear it out off camera and be like, okay guys, we cleared it out, and then we have the 2 rooms down there, my personal room here, and then the view is beautiful. I am doing a tour. Obviously, we have to do a tour through the house, but maybe I should have actually spent a few more hours working on this. And just, yeah, after working on this video, I think I remember what I need to do. I do, unfortunately, have to say we will be doing more building episodes in the future. Because, well, we got to work on the barn. We have to make the logging site and the greenhouse. So we will be doing more building episodes. I promise, though, they will be better than this one. I think I know what I have to do. I think I've remembered now that I've made this one. Yeah. A lot of this, I feel like, didn't actually need to be shown, but it gives you guys a good grasp, at least, of why I don't like doing these, because I don't know how much needs to be shown until it's, like, too late. Now, you could make the argument that I could just re-edit this video from scratch and be like, okay, here's what we did, here's what happened. But no. Okay, no. I've already done all the work, and if I try doing it now, the video won't come out on time. So no. Not happening. Alright, we have a ton of windows, and that's going to be it. Now we're going to take this ender eye and go find the end portal. Don't worry, you don't have to watch that part. You'll basically be back once we found the end fortress. And here we are with the power of editing. It only took like 3 seconds. Welcome back, dear viewers. We have finally found the end fortress. I know it was a long, long wait. And hey, spawner. Not the right kind of spawner attached to the portal. But hey, and a library. Yeah, we're just going to blitz through this here. Some loot, obviously. And more loot. Yeah, a few... We did find a few things of loot, which is always nice. Who doesn't love loot? I know I do. And hey, the end portal. There it is. And in case you guys haven't noticed, this is where we say our goodbyes. Look, if you even remotely like seeing me stumble around and ramble on, I'd appreciate it if you guys would leave a like and maybe a comment on the videos. That'd be highly appreciated. From what I heard, it does help with the algorithm. Anyway, we have our end portal. And yeah, we also have our waypoint, which we will very obviously name. You guessed it. The very title of this video. I'm kidding. Just ignore that long name. I don't know why. Anyway, the end and the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and see you hopefully next time. Bye.